Okay. I started it now, and I'm gonna basically do some... Oh yeah. Move channels. Whee! There we go. Now I gotta ping on the server, and all this upfront work I do. Yes, I did not start the stage. I'm already writing it. I hate when I can't spell something right the first time. Okay. Do we have everything together? Gotta change this information. There. Cool. And now we should be in the functional state, so I'm gonna swap over here. Yep. Oh, wait, whoops. Yay.
Hello.
Oh, wait. Oops. I'm hard selling.
Oh.
Let me do something real quick.
Throwing. Hello, everyone.
Gotta make sure I don't accidentally ping everyone in the server.
Yeah.
The stage has been set.
Yeah, stage is open if you want to listen through the Discord as well, but yeah.
Ta-da! I'm magic. And also on drugs.
Are you?
What do you mean no Discord channel you can listen to? God damn it, who keeps doing this?
What's wrong? I thought the stage was open.
Hold on. Damn it, the second time we don't have permissions done correctly. I'm so sad.
Throwing. That's not your fault, though.
Wait. No open stage yet? Ah, okay, so stages are weird then. Okay.
Yeah, stages are very odd.
So stages don't work with the... Okay. I now know. People are gonna beat me up later for this, but we need this to work now. So, hi.
I think it was working now.
It should be working now. You should be able to see it.
Yeah. It's there now. Yep. Cool. Awesome.
I am not prepared to receive... Okay. Anything else I'm forgetting?
Nope. It should be good. Stage works.
Okay.
People can listen through here or
and
watch on
everyone can hear Noman, right?
They should be able to. I don't see why not.
I just figured I should ask first.
It do be working? Okay, cool.
Okay, well, Noman, I'll let you take the stage then.
Welcome to episode 4 of the DokaNerds podcast. and today we're going to be talking about sweaty metagame. Basically, hey, do you want to win a game of Dokapon, and you just don't care what you have to do to win? This is basically going to be that episode. Like, if you wanted to win a game so badly, these would be the tips if you want to be the sweatiest metagamer ever for Dokapon, basically. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. Like, good strategies, such as what classes to do, like certain items to maybe use, certain things to do, etc., etc. That'll mostly what we'll be talking about today. So yeah, I think actually the big thing is here, if we're going to be talking about this today, we might want to differentiate if we're like certain versions, like say base game and balance patch, because there's definitely better strategies on balance patch versus base, you know?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, yeah, we might want to specify on that part, but it should be fine. Try to manipulate the other players as hard as you can while sounding honest. What honest local hero would say. I'm dead.
Wow.
So
you can't have nice things in this world.
I guess not, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, so where do we want to start here? Do you want to start about like choices and classes, or like mid to late game? Like, what do you think we should start with metagaming?
No matter what you do in Kingdom, I think starting off with the fact that you can go, I think you should immediately, whether it's in vanilla or not, always try to gun for things like Zebra Bandana. That's always a
Zebra Bandana
thing to go for.
Definitely sweaty. Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter. Actually, about that, you see, Zebra Bandana makes your plan. You know,
it does.
If you have that, you travel around the world, do whatever you want. Oh, a town conjure. Oh, a charm potion. Oh, revival.
Charm potion. The underworld staff. The underworld staff.
Underworld staff. Metal guard. Wow. You know, it's kind of like getting protagonist privilege. That's what Zebra Bandana feels like.
It is, yeah.
You sit there and travel the world, and everything just lines up for you.
Magic medicine.
And for everyone else, you know, they have to work for that RNG.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that didn't stop me in a game before from getting Metal Guard, while the guy with Zebra Bandana didn't, but it increases your odds so exponentially that, you know, they're just having a bad day if they don't get good stuff.
I think the thing that makes Zebra Bandana so crazy in Kingdom is how early you get it. Like, you can get it in Chapter 3.
Nope. Tiger Guys dropped the Leopard Bandana.
Leopard Bandana, which is
Zebra
money
Bandana
drops, not item, but
from
yeah.
Cyclops?
What's up?
I believe it drops from the Minotaur.
And then it's a Chapter 3 Red Loot.
That's where most
get it.
As well as Chapter 4 Red Loot, actually, no.
Yeah, Chapter 3 Red Loot's overall usually better, though, because Dream Rod.
What? No Dancing Blade. Throwing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Zebra Bandana is gross, because it's like, hey, you want all these cool things for, like, free? And it just makes you better, like Charm Potion to take towns, Revivals to give you utility, Guided Warps for movement, Underworld Staff, because why not? That kind of thing, basically. It's really strong. You just get, like, insane rare drops like it's candy on Halloween, basically, and it's common. It's really dumb.
Which is
especially,
why,
yeah.
When I got the Zebra Bandana in my game, all 3 players immediately targeted me.
Yeah, which is probably the right thing to do on the defensive side of being sweaty. It's probably the thing you should definitely do, because no, you should not let someone just sit there with a Zebra Bandana and get things. That is disgusting.
The Dokapon Kingdom global community should definitely react when players get certain equipment.
Yeah, definitely. And the Zebra Bandana is one of those where it's like, no, that is not okay. Absolutely not. Like, no. Do not pass go. Do not pass go. Go to jail. Back like $200. That's basically getting the Zebra Bandana in a nutshell. Basically, it's like, no, you're not gonna do that. No, kind of thing. Like, I think there is like not counterplay per se. Like, yeah, you can like form a coalition against the person, but even then, it's so strong. Like the drops you get, I think it's worth getting all the aggro and the heat for it. Like socially speaking, in your game with the Zebra Bandana. It's So I think it's fine anyways. Like, it's worth taking the heat over it, personally. So yeah. Is there anything else I'm forgetting about Zero Bandana in particular? I don't think there is, but that's definitely one of them. Like, sweaty metagame strategies is the Zero Bandana in Kingdom, for sure. Simple solution. Never let the hero class exist in your game. Well, usually, my opinion, hero's not really sweaty metagame relevant because it just takes too long. Because people will just rush the game with, like, they'll do, like, ninja rushing and just finish the game. And they'll just shut down the whole idea of hero being relevant just because you have to do so many classes to do it. And then you have to get the Angel Wings drop, which is a thing, which is a chance in itself. And then you finally have to go up to the clouds in the sky, get the license, then go all the way back to Dokapon Castle and turn it in. But then at that point, you may not even bring it back, or someone might purse cutter you and stop you. That's the thing.
I definitely think hero and balance patch is a lot scarier than base game.
Oh, balance patch? Oh god, yeah. Because all you need is what? Just the license, and you turn it in, and you get it.
If people are willing to stall out the game for base game, yeah, it can be annoying because there are some really funny combinations, like Magic Medicine into Come Here. That's a
Come
fun
Here.
one.
Yeah, you can buy Come Here in base game, which is stupid and actually disgusting. Like,
Hero
why?
goes to Lava Cave, everyone sweats nervously.
Everyone cries. Yeah, it's like, why? I don't know why they made Come Here viable in base game. That was honestly stupid. I think that was probably one of the worst decisions they made in the game, to be honest. Just Come Here down.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
if you're not like I don't think it's that bad if you're like a magician or a ninja, because you have to like pop Magic Medicine then do it, so everyone has a turn to react. But when Hero does it, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Because they can do it in one turn.
No time.
Nope, there's no time. Yeah, like, Come Here is, I guess Come Here would also be technically a sweaty metagame strategy if you wanted to stall with Hero, because money. My thing is, most of the time, you usually realistically don't get Hero, though, I feel like, in Kingdom. Like, without balance patch, that is the thing. But as far as, like, classes go on that topic, I feel like the best start is Thief. I don't think that's going to be debated. It's usually just Thief is the best start, for the most part. Unless, like, I guess balance patch is Warrior better balance patch, you think, Hero, for start?
Yeah, Warrior's a lot better in balance patch. Well, ignoring the silly Warcry thing, because that's no.
No. Oh yeah, that was, oh my god, that ability's actually cringe. I forgot about that. Because if you get Warcry, do you just go first? Is that what it was again?
No, with Warcry it works is on your turn you always go first.
Why? That's disgusting.
Like the next 3 turns, pretty much.
It's actually gross. That's... I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but okay. Cool, I guess.
Ask Taco, not me. You are cringe! Okay.
Yeah, that is pretty cringe ability. I think Thief, though, base game is better start, but since Warrior gets speed on level up and balance patch, the Warrior is probably better. And I don't think Magician's a bad... Well, I think Magician's fine, as long as you know what you have in mind, like Alchemist, maybe. So Magician might be an okay start, kind of thing. But yeah, it's probably Warrior. Well, you could always do the Warrior Thief Ninja rushing shenanigans as a strategy, because a lot of people like to do that, and it's very effective just to Ninja rush in this game. Just because how the town monsters love to throw and, like, rarely counter, and, like, you just spam strike with Ninja. It's like, okay, alright then, because town monsters love to throw in Dokapon Kingdom, I'll say that. They love throwing. It's their favorite hobby to do. Like, I noticed, like, in our game, when I wasn't ninja rushing technically, but I was striking, like on the last continent, and then like all the town monsters, they either Mguard DX or defended when I strike. I was like, why? Like, seriously, you're just gonna throw? I guess it's their favorite pastime, kind of thing. Funniest thing to do is ninja. Yeah, Ninja Nihilus is very strong because it is a ninja weapon, and you get the bonus. So yeah, that is a very effective strategy. That is true. I feel like the other strategies are like probably Alchemist. Then you know we've talked about Alchemist plenty before on the podcast, but like Alchemist, like alchemy cheese, you dupe magic medicine, money. If God forbid you allow castle investing, then you do the gem strategies. Like that stuff is so messed up. How much money you can make off local item value by just duping the gems over and over as alchemists, and just get your local item value exponentially huge to the point where it's like, oh, well, I don't know what we do now, kind of thing. It's lit. And then what else is there with alchemists? Well, there's like I already said, alchemy skill. Yes, the money class. Yeah, alchemy is pretty much the money class. Like honestly, it's not even good because magic. It's more so good because it's like it's passive in an alchemy skill. It's just a money making machine basically. Or you just like dupe utility items like death blocker revivals and become unkillable kind of thing. Or dupe magics like down sleepy times. Or come here's if you have like one or two, dupe them, that kind of thing. I think that's what makes alchemists really dumb. Not even just the stats, but for sure just the utility on it in general. Then there's like I guess the next best class in my opinion is probably I would say acrobat. Acrobat's really strong. Like HP is very good. Just play dumb is great, and then you get like combine it with like Angel Choker if you get it. Oh god, then you have two separate checks with the acrobat, and it's very nice.
When you dupe magic medicine, everyone fears. You know what they do? They say, pop the magic medicine, or we purse cutter your bag.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's called purse cutter. Yep, it's called purse cutter spam. It's what it's called, and it's it's very effective. Unless you start buying like lockdowns, I guess, and then you lock their bag, and it's like, well, I guess you're not purse cuttering, kind of thing. But yeah, Alchemist takes time. Monsters give up. Roche exists. Risque exists. Money. Yeah, I'm not saying there's not counterplay to it. There's definitely some counterplay to it, but it still can be really effective. The alchemy skill, that is. There is definitely counterplay to it, for sure. But I still think it has some usage, though, to gain substantial lead of some sort. But yeah. I think the main problem, though, is here, it just depends what you have in your house rules kind of thing, with, like, castle investing. Because if it's a no-no, then that strategy's out the window, basically. With alchemists, basically. Because you can't do that, unfortunately. So you just have to do other things like magic medicine. I guess you could also do charm potions and use them. That's another thing you could do. You just do charm potions, save them for, like, Chapter 7. Like, the best towns in the game, like Parabata and, like, Gravat and Yara, all those amazing towns that are so good in Chapter 7. And then, so yeah. I already talked about Alchemist enough. I talked about Acrobat. Blackmail exists. Yeah, Blackmail does exist. That is true. Yep. What other class have I not talked about? I think like the last, I would say, really good class in my opinion for Kingdoms, like Monk. Then like the cutoff point kind of drops off after Monk. Maybe Cleric's okay. I know Hero is a advocate for Cleric being good. I think Cleric's not bad. Like, it's solid, but I don't think it's, like, crazy. But I'd say that Monk's, like, the next big choice, I would say, for being really good. Because, like, passive's decent, Soulfire, Afterburners, nice abilities. HP Mastery. If you want to just be, like, an HP tank, you do the build like I do, where you do Acrobat. And then you do some other classes, like Thief for Speed, Warrior for Attack, and then you do, like, Monk. And then you have just nice masteries and a ton of HP, and you can just pump HP and speed. And then you just run Banish as a backup on Magic, which is really nice. And probably one of my favorite builds to do in Kingdom.
I do love Cleric's healing. I actually agree with this, because I did win a game off of that. Because people really undersell Cleric, because it's that whatever class into Monk for a lot of people. But Cleric's healing passive combined with Prayer is something not to be scoffed at.
I think Cleric's not bad. You just have to build it like a certain way. Like, it's decent. It can be fine. It gets 20 HP a level, right?
Yeah, 20 HP not just 20 HP, but it's also, I believe, 1 defense, 1 speed?
No, it's magic, I think. I don't think it's speed, I think it's
Yeah,
magic.
1 defense, 1 magic. But still.
Which is alright. Yeah.
I wouldn't even
right.
rush Spell Sword in some setups. I definitely think that Spell Sword's fine to end on if you do some other classes first. Like if you did either Warrior Magician, Magician Warrior, Cleric into Spell Sword, that's actually somewhat strong. You don't have to pump magic into it either, because you'll be getting enough magic from both Magician Mastery and just Spell Sword level up.
Spell Sword is definitely better in Balance Patch, for sure.
I think Spell Sword has always been fine. People have just been uncomfortable with it because people who like magic like to pump magic and then wonder why they get 100% hit chance.
Yeah, the problem with Spell Sword, it's like this awkward middle where it's weird.
It's not, though. You just don't pump magic.
No, you probably pump. Well, you don't need to pump magic. That's overkill. You pump like speed, probably.
You pump speed, and you'll get passive magic and attack from both Warrior and Spell Sword mastery.
I think Pierce is a lot better in the
that's what I'm saying. Like, people have always undersold Spell Sword because they see Alchemist and Ninja and they say, haha, weakest of the 3.
Well, yeah, but also I think Spell Sword, unironically, is better than Robo Knight. Anyways, that's the thing. Like Robo Knight's just like I don't think Robo Knight's it, Chief. Like personally, in my opinion, I might be underselling Robo Knight, but I don't feel strong about it in Kingdom personally. Like, because you have to go out of your way to get it, like Hero, and then the classes you need to get it are just superior classes, both the Alchemist and Monk. They're just better classes, so it's like, well, I don't see the point personally. Unless it's like you want to be a cool robot, I guess. But besides that, I don't know personally about actually doing Robo Knight and being serious about it. Balance patch is alright, I guess, but yeah. I think that's enough about like class specific in that sense for like metagaming. I think another metagame strategy is you seek out certain towns, like obviously the really good towns, like Groat. You want Paramata for last chapter, and then what was the best one in 6? Was it Rand? Right? It was Rand.
Yeah,
correct?
It was Rand.
Yeah, like so you want to like seek out like the really really good towns or the best ones, because that'll definitely help your value. And also, if you're not playing on Balance Patch, you definitely want to invest. Like investment games, kind of necessary late game as well. Even though it's kind of boring and cringe, but it's kind of necessary to win sometimes to just play late game investing. Free multi crystals. Cough Alchemist. Yeah, Alchemist could dupe multi crystals. That is true, for sure. I assume you're talking about Robo Knight. The problem I have is usually with Go-To in Kingdom. It's just usually so unreliable proc. And when you finally can get it, you either don't care or you're using like a super spinner, and it's like, well, unfortunate. I think the main problem with Go-To in Kingdom is its inconsistency. It has a very bad like consistency issue, like when you want to use it and get it kind of thing, sadly. So yeah. Plus, I think another problem with Robo Knight is how its stats are focused in the game. Because defense is not good. And then it's also defense mastery, so it's like why? Like, it's so bad, honestly. Because, like, defense is definitely the worst stat in Kingdom by a long shot, sadly. There's the known curse of Robo Knight, Go-To never pro. Yeah, I know, right? I see it all the time. I just don't know why it's a thing, but it is. It's like, every time Robo Knight player wants their proc, they don't get it. When they don't need it, they get it. I just don't understand. It's a very strange phenomenon. Deku, I don't get it. I've seen it a lot. Like I said, it's like I don't know, but yeah, I think but yeah, Robo Knight personally, I would not recommend unless you want to look cool, I guess, because I just think personally, it just takes too long, and then the classes you need are superior classes.
Alright,
anyway.
but if you had Go-To plus Crystal Choker as Robo Knight, and you were actually getting those rolls, I think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I just think again, the issue is its consistency. That's the problem.
Yeah, if it raised its consistency, it'd be a lot better. Like, if it was 66% chance.
Yeah, if it was, like, consistent, then I wouldn't have a problem. The problem is, though, if you're not getting go-to, then what are you doing as Robo Knight, basically, kind of thing. That's what it feels like. Because the stats are not good. Like, the stats are disgusting bad with defense. It's okay in balance patch, I guess, because what did they add on balance patch? It was, like, speed, I believe, in balance patch to it. I need to check that again. Hold on. Because I think... Yeah, let me look. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. It was, I think, because I know base game stats were bad. Like, oh my god, they were unbelievable how bad they were. But then balance patch came around. It's like, okay, they're decent. I could see this working, potentially, kind of thing. Also, I think, again, kind of has the same problem as Hero, where you could take it back, but then it's like, well, either you could lose it, or someone could be an asshole and purse cutter you. The lost technology. Only reason to get Robo Knight's Harden. Yeah, the skill is nice. That's true. You could get Harden and then go to another character or like class. That's true, or job. Robo Knight Field Magic, 8 to 10. Wait. Oh yeah. If you have Mastery Patch, oh my god, yeah, that's a huge upgrade. Speed and HP, Jesus, that's a little overkill, but yeah, that is definitely better. I'll say that than just defense mastery. Actually insane. I don't think you agree with that Hero though as a choice though.
What?
Speed and HP mastery on Robo Knight in the patch, like with that patch.
Speed and HP. See,
with defense.
My thing is, I was fine with an HP mastery. I was fine with that.
But
speed
not
and HP. It's okay. Like, it's definitely not the most broken one.
I get why Robo Knight's defense focused, because, you know, metal. Yeah, like, design-wise, yeah, it's fine, it makes sense. It's just from, like, gameplay.
I think if defense were to be made a lot better.
Yeah, that too. 1 attack, 1 speed, 2 defense. Ugh,
that sounds right.
Yeah, base.
I mean, I feel like if defense were fixed, I would have no problem leaving Robo Knight as is. I just think defense needs to scale better.
Defense scales like garbage. That's the problem. It's calced so badly. End Kingdom. Like, honestly, defense wasn't such a bad stat. I think that would also help. It's not even just the consistency would go to. It's just how terrible of a stat defense is when you look at things. HP is just a superior stat by far. It's not even a debate in Kingdom at all, which stat is better. Because a formula for it is just spur attack. It's like, ugh. What I find ironic about Robo Knight is the class you need to get it, can't protect you from Purse Cutter. Purse Cutter, it's like, oh yeah, I got lost technology, Purse Cutter. Oh, okay. Well, sad, cries. Because you still have to go underwater and then go get it on a space and then bring it back and then not die or someone Purse Cutter. And it's like, well, if you Purse Cutter, it's like, well, I don't know what you do then, kind of thing. Granted, nothing can protect from Big Bug. I mean, that's true. If you get Big Bug and it's like, well, it's time to either race and bring it back, or the Big Bug eats the less technology and you just cry, and that's just how it be, kind of thing. There's just like nothing you could literally do. It's unfortunate, kind of thing. But yeah, Robo Knight Hero, I think they just struggle too much for taking too long and then being item specific. That can also be messed up and screwed with too much by other players or the game itself.
The hero class just ends on Spell Sword? I mean, I think Spell Sword's 33% is nice, but I don't think it should be a tool you rely on. It's a tool to help.
It's not a tool you rely on, it's more...
If you play Spell Sword relying on the 33%, you'll be disappointed more often than not.
Unless you have
it's like, I'm dodging, and you have a chance to get punished for it, that is the best, like, world for Spell Sword, because then people checking field magic, you're gonna think twice. Like the most likely odds are I'm going to miss him. He's going to hit me back, and I'll maybe do some damage. That's when you scare the shit out of people on a board.
Yeah,
especially when people are spamming things like lockdown.
Yeah, spell swords. Yeah, spell sword's passive nice for just shutting down field magic or magic wars. It's like, oh, okay, like it basically just shuts it down. It can potentially shut it down. It's very nice for that, basically, which is nice. Especially like Hero said, if you pump speed and then you have a decent hit rate, then they're probably going to contemplate not doing it more, because then it's like, well, okay, if the hit chance is like this, and then also, oh, they could just reflect that back at me. It's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very nice passive for that reason, basically. But yeah, spell sword, I think spell sword honestly been shitted on a little too much. I actually think it's not a bad class, to be honest. I think it's a little underrated.
The optimal route for Hero. The optimal route for Hero is you tell everyone, let's delay the game for 100 weeks.
Pretty much, yeah. It's called stall the game like crazy with like come here, whatever strategies. Chapter 3 item quest, you purse cutter everyone that tries to do it. How else you stall the game? Or like, I guess you just hope for bad RNG in Chapter 5. You hope for Squilla for the Chapter 5 quest, because I don't know what else you do for Chapter 5, basically, kind of thing. Yeah, Hero's just really hard to plan for and get.
Like,
sadly,
if you do job items only for balance patch, it's almost impossible to get an actual, like, I don't know, build going online. Because chances are you'll probably choke somewhere between Acrobat or Spell Sword, and then you're like, shit! And then someone's already beaten the game. If you, like, you'll be starting on Hero, getting that money, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, either you'll not get Hero, or you'll finally get Hero, but it's the game's over and it's too late. Like, you just got the class and someone's murdering the final boss.
Warrior, Mage, Acro, Ninjas. Yeah, by the time you started on Ninja, everyone's gonna be like, I got the Nihilist Sword, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're, like, doing optimal things like, I don't know, pulling people out with Darkling them to delay as possible, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked, assuming you're not leveling up enough.
The
thing is, also, by the time you do 6 classes like that, and then you're starting on Hero, are you even gonna be able to master a 7th class? By, like,
master and level up.
10?
The other problem is, Hero, if you're going Darkling, then you're missing out on class XP by being
That's
Darkling.
another thing.
That's the other problem. Because you're spending 2 weeks not getting class XP as Darkling, which sucks. So that makes it to where you get even more behind on getting the classes, because that's 14 days down the toilet that you're not getting class XP, sadly, which is unfortunate. So I think that's another issue in itself that it shows. So yeah. I think realistically getting Hero and winning with it is very unlikely, just because how things are just stacked against Hero's favor with how the game is set up right now. There's just too many good ways to speedrun the game or rush the game, like, sadly. Because a lot of the Tau monsters aren't that threatening, in the sense that they usually just pick poor options, or like low striking just works because they don't counter. They'll just M-guard or push the defend button, which doesn't matter because defense is bad, and then the strike button's obviously just going to kill them, which is how strike is calced in Kingdom and how strong it is, sadly. Like, I think something that might help Hero is if, like, Tau monsters actually were more threatening and, like, they press counter more often, so then people wouldn't get away with striking. But yeah. That's how I feel about Hero at the moment, personally. Simple solution, play with Deku with his Darkling span, then bullying him in the Darkling. I don't know about that, because even if someone does go Darkling and you're not Darkling, you can't just farm class XP, because either Darkling will threaten you by trying landing on you, or they'll use Come Here, so then you use Vanish for Darklingdom, and you're probably not going to get Class XP as much because of Darkling running around. So I don't know about that personally. Feeling about that. So yeah. But well, that's enough about Hero. What else? Hero we not talked about that's considered sweaty metagaming for winning Dokapon Kingdom games. What have we not mentioned
sweaty
yet?
metagaming?
Yeah.
You know something that a lot of people need to do more?
What?
For Chapter 4, I've seen this a lot with new players. They'll either go through, like, the Lost Forest, and, you know, obviously if they're a little smarter, they'll get the magic keys for Warrior Shield and Silver Sword. And I've seen some players do Spring Cave, but I honestly think it's more optimal to just buy transfers. I mean, even if you don't have a high hit rate, I think if you buy a lot of them, it didn't work in the game I was playing in particular, but I didn't also lose because of it either.
You could also gamble Store Warps if you wanted to.
Yeah, Store Warps in Chapter 3.
I think that's also a decent gamble you could try as well. Like, try and get a Store Warp to the Chapter 4 store, and then you're already there, basically.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's important to know about that, because the people that have that knowledge will get to Chapter 4 faster, which is really sectioned off from the rest of the map. And Chapter 4 has some really good towns in the game. Arguably, it's some of the best in the game. Somewhat, they're good.
I wouldn't be forcing people into Darkling, Jaren. Mostly because Darkling is one of the better positions to be in the game. If third place is forcing fourth place in that Darkling, third place is shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah, third is kind of throwing, in my opinion.
Third should be like, yeah, go Darkling, I want you to do well. And then as soon as Darkling takes a castle or two, you'd be like, alright, now it's my turn.
Yeah, pretty much. Third is definitely the worst position in Kingdom, because at least if you're in last, you have Darkling as an out. If you're in third, you're just in this awkward middle where you're not really doing that well, and then you don't have an out like last does with Darkling, so you just kind of feel bland about it. Honestly, that's the problem with third place. So yeah, I personally would not do that. I would try and keep your last place for positioning, because it could definitely make more impactful than third. Because third's just like, well, I'm technically not losing the hardest, but I don't have a comeback mechanic like last does, so it feels meh, honestly. So yeah. Would you say chapter 6 kind of has, or not 6, sorry, 7, think kind of have the same way with that hero with 4, with like trying to get there kind of thing that
Kinda,
people
yeah.
don't. Yeah, especially because I would argue the towns are even more important than that chapter compared to 4. So yeah, like Yara, Rava, and like what's the best one? Paramata are like the best towns in the game, and they're very valuable. It's insane. So it's probably really important to get there. And I learned this the hard way in our game when I didn't get there, and I wasn't able to get any towns, and I was sad because no movement. I got foot sword. The boss put me to sleep, and then you squalled me, I think, and I was like sad. I cried, basically. It was very unfortunate. I also had some speed, but you still hit me with squall, and I was just like depressed. It was really sad to watch, not gonna lie. It was unfortunate. Also, I think there's another thing we haven't brought up yet that I haven't mentioned yet for like good sweaty metagame strategies. And that is if you're doing certain builds, like memorizing where certain weapons are for your classic for the bonus, like lockboxes, for example. Remember how Volt got the hammer in our game for Acrobat?
Yeah.
Was it called the toy hammer, right?
Yeah, it's called the Toy Hammer.
Yeah, it's a really good Acrobat weapon. And then I know in a lot of your games you did that with the ninja weapon hero till you get the Nihilist sword. Right, I assume. You get the ninja weapon in, what is it, chapter 3? the lava cave. Here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really good. And then there's also like some other examples like Aura Knuckle. The wiki is so incomplete. Doesn't tell you about the Sun Shield. Oh yeah, the Sun Shield is a very nice shield. Absolutely. Another great shield to use for your disposal. But yeah, the Sun Shield is quite nice as well. I think there's one more weapon. Oh yeah, I mentioned it earlier with the Zebra Bandana talk. The Underworld Staff is a very strong weapon. Especially because you can get it from Lich Drops, which are a common enemy later and can be a boss town monster in Chapter 6, I believe, which can help you as well. So yeah, there's also that. Is there any other like weapons or shields that are really good that I'm forgetting, Hira, on that topic?
Any other weapon drops that are really good?
Yeah, weapon or shields, like meta shields kind of thing.
Meta shields, other than the Sun Shield?
Yeah, it was Wabbit though. I forgot about
Shield?
that. Oh yeah, Athena shield's really good.
If I remember correctly, there's a few other shields that have nice passive, like Metal Guard.
Yeah, Metal Guard's great. Yeah, it can be pretty funny.
There's also Binder.
Yeah, excuse me. Oh, no, or cannon.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
a good one.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good Robonite weapon. Yeah, it's pretty strong.
People don't use it a lot, but the candle is pretty nice as well.
Which weapon?
The Crimson Candle.
Right, yeah, Crimson Candle.
People don't use it a lot because it's Chapter 5, but...
Dokapon Shield and Dokapon Sword. Yeah, they're good. The only issue is that it's near the end of the game. Also, I would argue the Athena Shield's actually better, funny enough, because Athena Shield's passive. Dokapon Sword can be nice, though, if you don't have, like, a weapon bonus for what you currently have. But yeah. Oh, yeah, also Dokapon Crown at the end of the game is nice, and the lockbox by Athena Shield in the first part of Heck is really good as well. So, yeah. There might be, like, one more weapon or shield I'm forgetting about off the top of my head. Did I say Aura Knuckle? I don't know if I said Aura Knuckle or not. Aura Knuckle is very good. And the Fated Strongest Weapon, the Punisher. Yeah, the Punisher's good, but if you're Ninja, Nihilus Sword's probably better because of the weapon bonus. Also, Nihilus Sword's a guaranteed drop, so yeah. That's also very nice. If you're Ninja, it's like, oh, Nihilus Sword time to go murder the final boss, because all this damage, basically. And it's very nice. Like, imagine if you could strike bosses in Kingdom. Oh my god, they would just melt like crazy. Jesus. They would just be dead if they didn't auto-counter. Like, I get why the game has auto-counter, but it's also annoying at the same time. It's very weird to describe. Nihilus is better. Yeah, Nihilus is better. Nihilus Ninja over 300, yeah. Nihilus Ninja is pretty good, like I said before. Let's see, what else was there that I was trying to think of? Let's see. Yeah, we mentioned Wabbit Shield already. Oh yeah, they're 312. Yeah, there's another strategy, but some people don't. I hate how auto counter is never explained in the game. Yeah, that's kind of dumb, honestly. I agree. That's really stupid. I don't know why they did that either. Actually, really stupid. Agreed with that. But you know, it is a really dumb, sweaty strategy in the late game hero, but some people don't like doing it because it's really toxic. Buying charm potions in Tower Revel and doing that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I think the only reason I never came up with that issue is because most people just house ban it because it's kind of, you know, lame and ridiculous.
I think honestly, mystery should be used more, considering how strong it has an effect on.
Yeah, mystery could be good. I don't think mystery's messed enough with the game, like enough in the game. Like most people that do it just say haha lol funny, but they don't think about how good it actually can be, like the effects of mystery. So yeah, like mystery could actually be good. You can buy mystery and Tower Rabble right here.
Yes, you can buy both mystery and mix up.
Oh yeah, you could buy mix up. You could also do that. I don't think a lot of people try mix up Darkling that much, huh? Like try to go for it. Cause like you could go for mix up and then like, oh, you get the Overlord crown. Oh, people just cry. That would be actually disgusting. You just get the Overlord crown, then it's like, oh, because I feel like here if someone gets the Overlord crown, the game's kind of over. In my opinion, it's just like an actual human player that is, and it's like, well, I don't know what to do now because they keep taking my towns.
Mix up is really solid if you're willing to, like, if you're in the last or third place and you just have shittier equipment than everyone else, because it's 100% hit rate, and, well, it could be your field magic, and then you go, oh, well, shit. It could also be everyone's equipment, and then you end up getting Wabbit Shield Fever Bandana, and everyone will, again, you will be the target, but if you have stats, it's not that bad. And mystery can do the same thing, but at a way less success rate. I just think that there's so many opportunities people haven't taken advantage of with either mix-up or mystery. Because of the fear of getting something bad, like, I don't know, everyone's HP reduced to 1.
How much was mystery to buy? 50k in Tower Rebel?
In Tower Rebel, it's like 20, 30k, I think.
Oh, really? I thought it was 50k. That's not too bad then. You could buy a decent chunk. But yeah, mystery is definitely not explored enough here. When you use mix up and get the Overlord Crown and Draco Blade, it's over. Yeah, it kind of just is, huh? I wonder why. It's almost like they kind of just win the game or something. You know?
Yeah, and then everyone else buys mix-ups, and you have to deal with that for the rest of the game. Because that's 100% hit rate.
That becomes a 3v1 game, basically?
Yeah, it's called King of the Hill. Whoever has it wins. Whoever doesn't have it tries to steal it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the game state gets flipped if that happens. Like, the game just goes from, you know, hey, we're playing this game, it's alright, and then someone gets the Overlord Crown, like, okay, no, this game's awful. No, we have to stop this person. And it's that bad, basically. Man, if only Spellsword could reflect mix-up. I mean, that's kind of redundant because you technically, everyone is getting hit, so that in that sense it would be redundant if you think about it, kind of thing, basically.
Yeah, Spellsword can't reflect either mix-up or mystery, which is weird, but it's in every Dokapon game like that.
I get the reason why, even though it's weird. Like, it makes sense. Just because, like... Because it's like, it's getting used on everyone anyways, kind of thing. So it's like, I get the idea behind why it can't reflect. Speaking of, Spellsword reflect, do you want to know what someone did one time, Hero? I guess when I was playing Spellsword.
And what'd they do?
Minato wanted to go where I was at in Chapter 4, so he used Psychokinesis on me, and then he moved himself with Psychokinesis because he got the reflect. So he basically used that as like a guided warp. It was very funny. It was actually really big brain play, not gonna lie. It was very clever. Because he got the reflect and he got to go where he wanted to go. Basically. He basically used it as a fancy guided warp, basically. Which was really funny. So yeah, that happens. It legit makes the class immune if it reflects. Yeah, that would actually be insane if, like, Spell Sword didn't have to worry about it. Like, if someone got the crown or, like, good equipment, then they would just go Spell Sword just to try and protect it for, like, the rest of the game.
I think one strategy as well that people, well, if you want to be sweaty in base game at least, is Charm Potion War. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
really
mentioning that
just hold
earlier.
that whole continent hostage.
Yeah, then it becomes a problem of, like, no one wants to go finish the game because someone's too busy taking all the other towns. This is why banning. I don't think you need to ban mix
You
up.
don't really need to ban mix up because, personally, I think if people are spamming mix up, yeah, it's gonna have an effect on the game, but assuming they're not buying chapter 1 equipment for the sake of doing the mix up spam, they're also gonna have a hard time getting to where they need to buy it. It's Tower of Rabble, Magic Store.
Yeah. Also, you could just get really unlucky with mix up and it not matter.
Mix up could just mix money. It is just salty, right? But
yeah.
Like, if you have a problem with that, you could just go to the Tower of Rabble and ice DX their ass. Or you could just lock their bag.
Lock down, they can't use their magic.
Lock them down, then kick them out.
Yeah. I think mix-up is fine. Because it's like, there's so much risk involved to where it's not just like a free get-out-of-jail-free card, basically. There's some risk involved using it. And I think taking risk is a skill in itself, in my opinion, personally. That's how I feel. Yeah, that happened in the Wooly versus Dokkan Kingdom playthrough. The Charm Potion Abuse. That sounds awful. Yeah. That does not sound fun at all, I'm going to be honest. That sounds terrible. I think that's one of the worst things in Kingdom, in my opinion, is the Charm Potion stuff. Like, honestly, I'm glad that people either house ban it or in the balance patch. Isn't in balance patch, it's replaced with Guided Warp, I believe. So that helps for sure. So yeah, that is good. Let's see. Imagine Charm Potion Wars in balance patch. No. Oh my god, I don't want to imagine that. That sounds awful. Especially if they're like fully invested towns and they're worth even more and you don't have to play investment game. It's like, no. Oh my god. Please don't. I don't want to imagine it, Jiren. I don't. Sounds terrible, to be honest. How do you feel about casino use as a metagame strategy, assuming it's not house ban?
Casino abuse?
Yeah, assuming it's not a house ban. Like, for being sweaty?
I think casino should personally only be 5k. I mean,
Just
550k, you're stretching it. I could see why people would do it, but I think wanting to get acrobat is fine, and it's the best odds to do it on the 5k. But when people start spamming like 500k and the 200k, and they get like endgame equipment,
yeah,
it's just annoying. Like, it's not like broken. Don't get me wrong. I could play a game with it, but it's
just
not
obnoxious.
fun.
It's just obnoxious to deal with.
It's not fun because people are just grinding money, and then everyone has to say, alright, we gotta stop playing the game, everyone. We gotta deal with the man who's got $10 million in an Elven Bow.
We gotta stop playing Dokapon Kingdom and start playing Treasure Hunter, basically.
Stop playing Dokapon Kingdom and play Fortune Street, because that's what the game has become.
I'm dead. Yeah, basically.
Because you get the entire international Dokapon Kingdom community's gotta sit there and buy either money tricksters or go in there and spam magmas on him until they die.
Or they play Casino and then they're not playing Dokapon Kingdom anymore. Like you said, they're playing a different game.
Yeah, and it's like I will say this is that when it comes to sweaty metagaming, I think that Casino is a form of metagaming, but it's not a metagaming Dokapon Kingdom. It's metagaming RNG.
It's metagaming by flipping the whole game on its head, basically.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jaren, because there was a game that 1v1 played in this server, and someone got Dokapon Sword and Shield, and it was a defense-only run. The other person quit.
I wonder why they quit, Hero. I wonder.
Yes, because a 1v1 where another person has Dokapon Sword and Shield goes about exactly as well as you think it does.
Yeah, that sounds great. Just get risky and steal it. Easy, right? Obviously.
I did do that in a 1v1 once. It was funny as hell. A person was fighting Chapter 5 boss with like, what's it? Not the town monster bosses, but like the bosses in the like dungeons and stuff.
Oh, for the ring? Are you talking about for the royal ring?
For the royal ring. And I got risque, and they were a ninja, so I stole their Ichimonchi katana, and they had to give up.
I'm dead. That's hilarious. That's so silly. I
understand the line of logic where you're coming from, Jaren, but the thing is that, like, from my experience, I feel like there's so many different ways to make money in Kingdom that I think Casino is the least helpful one, actually. Yes, are you going to make more money than you lose money in the Casino? Yeah, but you want to know what else is a good way of making money? Well, not even including alchemy spam. We have taxes from towns, which actually is pretty good in this game.
Well, if they're invested, they're not
and
bad.
While we're in Casino Cave, there's the collect all space, which is really great for getting at least $5,000 right then and there. You can get not only from the money spaces in there, you can do robbing item stores for really expensive like drops, because Charm Potion does sell for a lot of money on top of the White Arrow, even the small stuff like the Reveal and the Death Block do sell for at least 12,000.
Mm-hmm.
Banning it for the items? I don't think that makes much of a difference, personally. Like, even the fact that someone gets $60 or $70 million is very game-changing. Even if I do agree that the weapon they get, like the Dokapon Sword, is very broken. Both are equally dumb.
Yeah. I think that, it'd be worse, though, if there's actually safe ways to put money away in that game, like other Dokapon games.
Oh my god, if there's a World Peace Bank in Kingdom, I would not play Kingdom.
No, it's called you house ban Casino indefinitely, other than the 5K. Then you're definitely house banning it, and there's no debating to it.
Well, I personally don't think you need to ban the Casino in Kingdom. I just don't like how it changes the game so much so that we're not even playing Kingdom anymore.
We're just playing a different video game at that
ultimately,
point.
And I've said this time and time again, that I play Kingdom to enjoy both the RPG aspect and the player-v-player combat. And I don't get to do either when I spend the game basically playing baby daycare with the man with $1 million.
We're not playing Dokapon, we're playing fucking gambling games and slot machine simulator.
We're playing, Las Vegas roulette.
Yeah. Yeah, we're basically Heroes being like the bouncer for the casino, trying to keep people in check.
No, you spent enough today.
Yeah, that's basically what the game becomes. You're just becoming a casino bouncer, keeping them in check for how much money they have to try and kick them out of the casino, which is really funny, thinking about it. But yeah, I think there's worse things in Casino, but I can understand why people don't like it. Like, that's reasonable to not like it, kind of thing. Um, would you feel so here? You think it's still bad? It's still bad without the equipment, but the equipment is definitely what makes it even worse because like having in-game equipment is just dumb because you just start rushing the game with it basically. So yeah. What happened in our game when someone bet 500k? Didn't they get like a chapter 7
They got
shield?
Ragnarok shield.
Oh my god, that was silly. And then they got didn't they get Zapper also from the casino? Right? They got Zapper, I'm pretty sure. Which didn't matter.
Zapper.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter because they already had something better. They teleport.
Well, they also weren't a magic build. Not well, they kind of were but still. Teleport was better regardless. But yeah. But it was more the principle of it was how like, wow, really? Kind of thing. It was like, okay. It's like, give him a chapter 7 shield. I think what's crazy is didn't he keep the Ragnarok shield like the whole game up until that point as well? I'm pretty sure he did actually.
Oh, what's up?
Didn't he keep the Ragnarok shield like for the whole game?
Yeah, he kept it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's crazy. What seems best is limit casino to one-time use only, except for 5k, meaning if you use 200k, you can only gamble on 5k. Well, at that point, people are probably just going to house ban all casino except 5k to get the Acrobat ticket. I feel like they'll probably just house ban it entirely because it's like, imagine like you get to do it once and you get nothing, and then this other person just gets something really dumb and stupid, and then they just feel worse about it. So at that point, I think it's just better to house ban all casino except the 5k for the Acrobat ticket, basically. Like, honestly here, if there was no Acrobat ticket for the casino, would you just ban the casino entirely?
I wouldn't. See, I like to. When it comes to like banning and not banning things in games, I always tend to prefer to try to avoid banning things. Because I don't like limiting too much, but I think casino's not one of those things you have to ban. It's just really annoying to play around.
It's just obnoxious kind of thing.
Like, I think castle investing is, in a weird way, I kind of feel the same way with that. It's just, I'm more inclined to than to not ban it, just because then we're really just not playing the game.
Then we're playing Castle Guard, basically, at that point.
When Kingdom becomes 90%, everyone has to, like, check each other every single turn, and then we can move on. It's just, ugh.
We're basically playing, like, a 4D chess match every turn, basically, when we take our turns. That's what it devolves down to at that state of the game. Like, we have to, like, check every corners and everything. I forgot castle investing existed. Yeah, it's probably fair because most games you did it. You either didn't know how good it was or people house banned it because it was dumb. So I don't blame you for not forgetting about castle investing. It's honestly fair that you did not remember about it. But yeah. Like, I think what happens here, if that happens, you basically just have to stop everything you're doing, and the game kind of comes to a screeching halt, if that makes any sense. And it's like, well, now I have to go deal with this, basically, kind of thing. So, yeah. I think I'm kind of mixed about Casino, because I don't mind it, but at the same time, I can see why others don't like it, or things about it I don't like. Like, I don't mind the money, but I think getting in-game equipment is dumb, though. I think that's really stupid, personally. No, I mean, I just never did, since I haven't played a game. No, that's understandable. That's fair. If you didn't know, that's alright. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that, if you did not know that. So, You want to know else a sweaty metagaming hero? It's called you ninja rush and you use the strike button because lol, because enemies are dumb in this game, like I've mentioned before. That I like to keep bringing up because I think it's funny to talk about how dumb Kingdom Town Monsters AIs are. They're really silly. Because it's just like how many times on average have you been countered in a game hero in Kingdom from Town Monsters?
How many times have I been countered?
Yeah, but like Town Monsters.
Enough.
Enough? Really? I rarely get countered. Like
more often than not, I remember times where I have to think about like how many times, and like it'd be chapter 1 or 2 or sometimes even 5 where I'll just get struck. Like it'll always be the first encounter, and I always remember it. It'll always be I strike, they hit counter, or it will be if I use a magic build, I use magic, they use Emguard, and it's like, ooh. Then I try to mix it up, and then it works because they'll press counter a second time, and it's like, okay, yep, that's enough counter I want to experience in this game.
I don't know why. They just rarely counter me, and I just push the button. Like, I'm pretty sure I only got countered like 2 or 3 times in our game that we haven't finished yet. But yeah. Yeah, my last game that finished was Volt, which was just Volt ninja rushing. Yep, sounds about right. Pretty good strategy, and it works. Ninja's a very good class. I would love to see increased counter rates. I don't know if you agree with that because you have horrendous luck with that, but still, you know.
I think that, like, increasing counter rates is fine. Because I get it, everyone else's experience is not the same as my experience. But, nerfing strike, increasing counter rates, and all that will make the game exceptionally longer. And if people are fine with that, that's okay.
Also, it would give more reason for people to do attack builds, which I would appreciate.
How do you stop a ninja rush? Well, Lockdown is a pretty effective tool if you hit it. Since a ninja... saying you don't is actually just disingenuous, though. Because 90% of the time, people say they want to stop a ninja rush after they've basically decided to pump magic without thinking. Because, I will say this, in a Dokapon game, your build does impact how you can play and play around players. And ninjas probably are going to have the most speed on the boards. You're going to have a lower hit chance. However, that does not mean there's no plan. The game does give you vanishes, so if you see that the ninja is spamming Lockdown to make sure you can't do anything, you vanish and start pelting him with, like, offensive battlefield magic, like Magma DX or Ice DX. You hit them with Lockdown, things that stop their utility. Even if you're not hitting all the time, 20% is a hell of a lot better than no percent. And even hitting them with something will stop them for a good amount of time. As well, keep this in mind that ninja is very... take away their katana. They're very susceptible to losing their equipment. If a ninja loses their weapon, they're SOL for a long time. Especially in the later game where they need the extra 30% damage from their weapon bonus. Often more than not, stopping a ninja rush means that you have a plan to stop the player in general, even before they went ninja. Because, like, there's always going to be a speed meta, and I'm not saying you need to be, like, very accurate. Like, you don't need to be on par 60%, but you should at least have higher than a 40% hit chance.
40 to 50 on average, usually.
You want to at least have a 50-50 chance to hit them, just like they should have a maybe 60-70% chance to hit you. And a lot of players hate me for suggesting that, because then it's like, well, I don't get to do my 200 magic build. Well, yeah, neither does the ninja get to do 300 speed build when he gets one-shot by everything. You know, there's compromise in this game. You can't just pump one number and then be fine for the rest of the game.
I don't think you should be rewarded just for pumping one stat. Like, that doesn't sound cool. Also, like, the problem is if if hit rates weren't like they were in Kingdom, then you have a world situation where it's like, oh, magic, one shot magic, lol, you're dead. And it's like, well, do people really want to go through that again?
90%?
Yeah, base hit rate 90, no, bad.
Magic is no longer what it used to be. Magic's always been... Honestly, people who complain about Magic because Emgar DX do not see the other half of the potential Magic has, which is its field magic damage.
Magic, to be honest though, Magic's kind of all over the place in the Dokapon series. It's just inconsistent in general. I honestly
think Kingdom did Magic the best, even with it thinking about Emgar DX.
Like, actually, no, the thing is here, it would be fine. The problem's not even just Emgar DX on its own, it's that it's passive. That's my issue. If it was only if they blocked, then I'd have no problem, and Magic would be fine. Like, Battle Magic, that is.
I would think you'd have to buff some of them. Like Emguard, if it's not passive, then you definitely have to buff it up from 25%, because that is weak as shit.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You can buff it to 40.
Keep in mind, when you choose the correct option in Kingdom, you also get a 20% defense buff when hitting the magic defense button on top of the passive.
You could buff it to 40, like, I think it was worlds-based Emguard was 40. You could buff it to, like, 40, probably.
You probably buff it to 40, and, like, you have stuff like all the charges be 40, have the Super Cure and stuff be 50, Emguard plus 60, Emguard DX maybe
85. It was 85 in World Emguard DX. You could do like 85 as in the middle. And Kingdom Magic feels more natural. It's like Field Magic's pretty good overall. I think the problem with Battle is just not even just Emguard DX on its own, is how it's worked passively, is my thing. How you don't have to necessarily hit the Emguard button is my problem. So yeah. But yeah, I'm fine. I honestly think Kingdom, out of all the Dokapon games, I've said this before, but I think it's done Field Magic the best overall compared to any other Dokapon game. Like, it's actually well made and thought out. Because it feels like hit rates are actually reasonable. Because Magic can be strong to where it kills people, but it has reasonable hit rates to dodge these said explosion hits, basically. So yeah, I like how Field Magic is done in Kingdom. It's very nice. Because other games have a problem where either Magic's underwhelming damage-wise, or the hit rates are just too good and it's stupid, and it just feels very ugly in other games. In World, Field Magic is broken. Yeah, in the World, Field Magic is busted. It's really stupid. Base 90 hit rates, really high multipliers on your Magic, and, what's it called? And, classes that can use more than one, like Normal Mage, and then obviously the Archmage, which can use 3 a turn. That funny wizard man, as Frank Lex likes to call it. You will fear this funny wizard one day, in quotes. So yeah. The Archmage, yep, the Archmage class. The funny wizard man. Like, I remember, in our game Hero, you had a 50-50 of just killing me with Ice DX, basically. And I like that. It's nice because it's like, you can one-shot me, but it's a coin toss instead of, being a 90% and I just die.
I can one-shot you. If I miss, you got really lucky. That's about it. Except if I was a Magician or Archmage, I'll try it again. And again.
And it's a higher hit rate. And so it's gross. So yeah. But I am satisfied with how that was done in Kingdom, for sure. Probably one of the few things I do really like about Kingdom, to be honest. It's great. Let's see. This is more of a why not question, but what is an inconsistent, but if it works, super dumb strat? That's a great question, actually. What? Oh, I have a great one actually, Hero.
What's up?
Someone asked what's like inconsistent but is a dumb super good strategy if it works. Like dumb strategy if it works. I was gonna say gold bug, doubling money. That's what I was gonna
Very
say.
funny. If I win
I
that
mean,
game,
if it
that
works,
game, you can shut your poor mouth.
no. If you win with no, what are you talking about? I literally said it.
Yeah,
It
I
could
know.
work.
If I actually win that game, I will be so happy. But don't
With
call it a
gold
dumb
bug?
strategy. It's great.
Well, it's dumb in the sense that it's not reliable. But if it works,
What? I feel like
it's
late
not
game,
reliable.
everyone in late game, there's always one person in Kingdom with $3 or $4 million. I don't know if that's just me, but that feels like every game someone has that amount of money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And anyone who has
I'm
a gold
not
bug
saying it's
doubling
dumb
that.
in the sense that it won't work. It's just not consistent.
No, but like what I was thinking actually is buying a lead shield and waiting on Guts to do weapon shield. Also, it seems that you walked away from the mic too far. Damn. Well, let me explain, I guess, what I was thinking then. Lead shield is one ID or a couple IDs away from the Wabbit shield. And Guts likes to upgrade a shield based on a certain amount of IDs away. So, what you could do is basically kind of throw by having a really crappy shield that gives you minus speed for like a couple weeks, if not maybe for the rest of the game. And if you do get the drop, where he's like, oh, I'll upgrade your shield. You pay $70,000, you get Wabbit shield. Everyone's gonna be like, wait, what the fuck? How do you do that? And then you have a really good shield. And it's kind of cool.
And then everyone gets mad at you because you got a really good shield. And they're like, wow, that's stupid.
I especially think it's really funny if like no one knows that that strategy. So you sit there and they buy a shield, everyone's like, what, you're throwing? And then it happens. Holy shit. The same thing can also be done with when buying furry shield to get soldier shield and warrior shield. Because that's a fun one.
What is Guts ID? Is it always 1 or 2 higher?
It's 1, 2, or 3 higher, I'm pretty sure.
1, 2, or 3, okay.
So yeah, you could also just get the scale shield, but then if there's no problem, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
The worst outcomes I've seen have always been things like copper shield. That's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, I've seen copper shield before. Kind of sad, honestly. You just metagame for your Guts shield basically, which is really funny. What's Sun Shield's ID actually?
I think it's like one behind Moon Shield, and then there's another behind Tower Shield.
Is it Tower?
I don't know. I look this up first because I don't know.
Yeah, I need to check that. Because like, imagine trying to get Sun Shield also. If you rank strats by consistency, what would be around the top 3? I assume, would you say ninja rushing is one of them, Hero? You think?
He's saying, strats?
Yeah. You said if you rank strats by consistency.
The thing is, everyone does ninja strat, so I don't know if that makes it the most consistent or the most used. But what I have seen that is the most consistent is Alchemist.
Yeah.
Because I have definitely seen ninjas fail more often than not, because of how popular it's used. But I haven't seen Alchemist who duplicates, like, magic medicines, not to sell for money, but to kill everyone with Magma DX's fail. Because, yeah, you know what fixes hit rate issues? Magic medicine. And being able to one-shot anyone on the map, as well as basically leave Rico Sr. at 1 HP is pretty good. Like, ignoring the house rule to ban field magic on monsters, you can pretty much make the game pretty easy for yourself, and you'll still have enough speed to be tackling other issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even talking about like money duping and other stuff, because like, you know, that's already fine. Like I never feel like an alchemist will struggle in a game of Kingdom. You can put house rules to like mitigate it by, you know, no castle investing and no alchemy spam, but even still, they'll be fine because late game chapters really give them access to the kill other player button that they've been needing for a long time. Even if there's Emguard DX and bounce around. Because with the magic build, you have the option of strike or magic. And chances are you... Oh, HP, speed, and attack. I actually don't agree about attack being an important stat. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the most important. And
HP and speed are the most important, in my opinion. Those are the
I would
top
actually argue that attack and magic are around the same. Because up until you get Emguard DX, you're going to be taking some fat L's to things like Guster and like, what's it? Aurora Wizard is some of the scariest shit you see as soon as you enter into Flinders. As well as like, F5 Storm and what's the other one? Oh yeah, the fact that some of those have even like banish and shit. Like, okay, not banished in terms of damage, but like the fact that its multiplier is still pretty high. So I think that in some instances that magic is actually more important than attack, because attack does not save you from damage. Of course, you want to have some passive attack gained, which I think is the point you're trying to make. But I would say that can be same for magic, because there are some monsters in this game, Halfling, that would be way easier if you had access to magic.
Yeah, I'd have to say the two best stats are HP, speed. Then, like, maybe attack slightly better than magic and not there on par. And then the worst stat is obviously defense, no debate. I think on balance, Patch the Hero, you can make an argument magic being slightly better. You can kind of debate it, in my opinion. It's, like, not, you know, amazing, but it's like, hey, it's decent, it's solid. I could actually work with this kind of thing. I personally think HP is the best, followed by speed. Some people think speed's better, but that's fine, because regardless, those are the two best stats in Kingdom, are speed and HP. At least Banish can be absolved by Magic Guard. Yeah, that is true. It is nice that you can M-Guard and not instantly die. That is pretty nice. It'd be pretty bad if you couldn't just M-Guard to block it. And then you just get hit by Banish anyways and die. That would be awful, to be honest. In base game, Aurora feels underwhelming. I mean, Aurora is really strong. It's just the problem is bounce and Emguard DX is mostly the issue, like the late game enemies. Like the wizard enemies with Aurora can hit like a truck. It's insane, honestly. And then there's Whale. Oh yeah, Whale sucks. That ability is
underwhelming. Excuse me. You hit someone with an Aurora? That's a vibe check. I don't know what you mean. Like, if a wizard has, if a magic user has about 150-60 magic, even with Emguard DX, that's upwards of damage of 600, 700. Like,
you better hope they pump HP.
You better have been pumping HP to deal with that. And if you don't have Emguard DX, I'll be seeing you in hell.
I'll be seeing you in my office, basically. Moment. It's pretty bad. Oh yeah, Whale sucks, by the way.
Whale
that ability
sucks.
is awful.
There's another variant of Whale. I just don't remember what it's called.
Not
Power Poke. Power Poke.
Power Poke. Oh, Power Poke is awful. Agreed. I hate abilities like that.
What?
One-shot gambles in general are pain, yeah. Power Poke and Whale are annoying abilities, to be honest. I remember when I was watching a game you played, Hero, and then no one was near the Chapter 6 towns, and you got whaled by the... I forgot which enemy it was called, but it was the Night Town monster.
The Dolhan?
Yeah, you got whaled, died, and then it's like, well, goodbye towns, and then the other people took them.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cringe.
I remember I was playing a 1v1 where that happened to someone twice in a row every time they went to the town. They were 4th second, it used whale, and they died, and that's how I won that 1v1.
Wow, that's tragic, honestly.
The best part, Noman, guess what chapter that was?
4?
It was the final chapter, and I was in defeating Rico Senior final form, and he was taking their towns back.
Wow, that sucks. Wow. And then you kind of just won the game, because, yeah, these towns are getting taken. That's awful.
They were both, like, 3-turn deaths.
Yeah, that sucks. They're Reaper deaths, then. Just don't lose the dice roll forehead. Yeah, I know, easy. Obviously, don't fail the RNG. That is totally in your control. Obviously, yeah, just don't get power poked or whale kill. Easy game.
Alright, but considering how much you complain about monsters not being scary, I think that's a fair trade-off.
No, it is, actually. I don't mind that. Honestly, I don't mind that there's also Quake and Squeeze monsters, to be honest. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for saying that, but yeah. Because I will say, if you don't go first, and they can whale or power poke you, yeah, that is kind of scary, huh? It's like, oh, you can just die, huh? Interesting. I don't remember dying too much to it, but it is nice that it's a thing that you do have to worry about, which is nice. Makes the fights more interesting, in my opinion. Someone asked, is Soulfire one of the best character abilities? Soulfire is good, but I wouldn't say it's like up there. It's nice, but I can name other abilities that are better than Soulfire, personally. Like, for example, Alchemy is probably better. Escape, do you think Escape best skill, Hero? I think Escape best skill, probably. In my opinion.
I actually don't think Escape is the best skill in the game.
Well, okay, well, I should be more specific, like base game.
Even in base game.
Oh, okay. What do you think then?
I actually really appreciate things that aren't used a lot, like Harden or Copy.
Harden and Copy are not bad. Yeah.
What's a better answer to a Darkling chasing you than, being the Darkling? Especially if you already use utility like Revivals, like, ooh, that forces the Darkling to do delete spam to maybe deal some damage out of what you have. Maybe we get rid of the Revivals, but by then you can start an actual fight with them.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they have auto counter, but that's not saying attack doesn't do a lot of damage with their build.
Yeah.
And considering they have super bounce, if they misread a magic attack, they're gonna get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because super bounce is 0% magic defense passive. So if you have something like teleport with 600, 700 magic, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. So they'll be forced to press that button and getting attack hit over and over again. And with proper reads, you'll be fine. With 125 magic with Aurora, I did not do enough damage in base game. I just looked at the game I was in. Well, it depends. What does the opponent have? That's the thing to consider.
What's their magic stat and what's their M guard and what button did they push?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors more than just your magic stat and what you use. And
what if they have 100 magic and then they're not pushing the M guard button? Then it's kind of like your bone kind of situation, basically.
It's not like every enemy you're fighting has one in all stats.
No, That's the issue.
Especially if you're fighting something like, I don't know, the demon or like the archdemons in Kingdom, where they have 100 and something magic, and they also have like, I think it's shock or charm.
They have shock, I think, as their guard, but I could be misremembering.
I could be misremembering as well.
But I think it's shock. I'll say that much. Also, you can't forget about passive magic, and then people that what's it called? Like have magic just as much as you to make the magic count not as bad. Like for magic resistance, whether it be offensive magic in battle or even field magic kind of thing, for the formula to make it to where they don't take as much damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's why another reason why Spellstorm might be decent. You're getting magic passively, like that's not bad, just to keep people in check, kind of thing. Let's see.
On that note, what's something else we haven't talked about yet, Noman?
For sweaty metagame strategies?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about magic. What did we miss, actually? Now that I'm thinking, looking at my pointers.
We haven't talked about Acrobat yet.
I briefly talked about it earlier, but it didn't go into, like, depth, I guess. So, yeah, we could talk about Acrobat for a bit, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know the good old strategy, Acrobat and, what's it called? Angel Choker. Yep. Mm-hmm. Then you also get, like, the pistol crossbow or the sleep bow, and then it's like, well, you know.
Time to have fun long-term combat.
Mm-hmm. Or you get, like, the toy hammer later, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast episode. Like, you get the toy hammer and Tower Rebel, which is very nice as well.
And then you have fun. You go burr.
Yeah. Only time Acrobat feels bad is if you're super unlucky and you never get Revival procs, because then it's like the class doesn't really exist and it's kind of a scam kind of thing.
Well, I mean, getting a 50-50 chance to not die in combat is, I think, pretty fair.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just saying if you never get it, like, period, not one time, then it's like, well, you know. Oh, don't get me wrong.
That reminds me of this one game where someone had Harden plus Acrobat, but then got ratioed anyway.
Yeah. What's Angel's Choker's chance again?
1 in 3.
So you get a 50-50 and then a 1 in 3 check, basically, if the 50-50 fails, basically. Is that how it works?
So it's multiplicative, yeah. So it will be the 50-50, then it will be the 1 in 30, the 1 in 3.
Yeah, if you don't get the 50-50, basically. That makes sense. If it's stacked, that would be stupid. That would actually be dumb if it stacked, like, the percentages.
Yeah, 83% living chance would be very crazy.
Mm-hmm. It'd kind of be dumb and too much, to be honest. Does the accurate percent go down each time you die and revive in a single fight? Nope. It's a flat 50-50.
Flat 50-50.
Nope. It's the same percentage. Nope. It's actually really silly. You just keep getting a coin toss to live, basically. It's very dumb, honestly. I think another thing that makes Acrobat good is HP Mastery, like I mentioned before. HP Mastery is very nice as well. You do like that and Monk and you get a shit ton of HP and it's great. Especially if you're pumping it. Also imagine like stacking revivals too. With Acrobat as backup. Just in case. By the way, didn't they buff Acrobat's inventory and balance patch as well?
Yeah, they buffed it from 6 to 8.
I can't believe it was 6 though. That's actually a little insanely low for a class like that. 6? That's wow.
My
Wasn't
mind was
that?
playing tricks on me with 125 with Aurora. Just hit around 620 with the monsters with 130. That's what I'm saying. Like, god
Yeah,
damn. The Dokapon game's very fair. They've always been, right?
I know, right? Dokkan games have been fair and balanced and have no issues. If anyone says that, they're obviously lying. Clearly, even though that's not the case at all. But yeah, all Dokkan games definitely have their share of problems, to say the least. Yeah, I feel like. What do you think the most played class is? Like Ninja, probably.
Balance Patch, Hero, and Robo Knight. They don't need the Masteries. I don't think they need Masteries buffs. Because the Robo Knight Mastery buff, where it gets all +1 in all stats, was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. Yeah, it was kind of overkill, honestly. Definitely a little overkill, if you ask me. It's no, like God, why? So who did they add? It was to what? Monk, cleric, Robo Knight, hero. I think they added the new master stats, right? It was those 4 classes.
Yeah.
And then cleric got HP, and then Monk got attack and HP, right? I think.
Yeah, attack and HP sounds right.
Then Robo Knight got too much. Hero and Robo Knight got way too much, though. For sure. For mastery, it's like a little too much, and it was insane. It ruins the fun of that. Yeah, I think it's too good, Jaren. I agree. Kind of does ruin the fun. You know what sucks though, Hero? I kind of want Hero to be an option to be decent, but at the same time, it's just kind of hard to balance, in my opinion.
I think Hero should only be, personally, about one of the Masteries completely. So maybe, like, it should be maybe Ninja, Spell Sword, or Alchemist. It's like one of the
Or you
two out
could
of
do
three.
2 out of 3. Or you
That's
could
what
do
I'm saying. 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And I don't think Acrobat should even be a requirement, personally.
No.
I think you should just have to do the main base 3 classes, and then 2 of the secondaries, and that should be it.
Yeah, because Acrobat's already technically a secret class in the game. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird you need a secret class to get another secret class. That's so weird. That's odd to me. Because Acrobat is technically listed as a secret class.
I think it would make sense as a hero that you have to master all the base classes at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's already Ninja and Spell Sword. But I think it should be fine if you want to do Alchemist in Ninja, or even like Alchemist Spell Sword. Not that I'm like I hate the current Ninja and Spell Sword, but I would like for there to be more options, and not to say screw you, Alchemist, you don't get to go hero unless you want to wait even longer. Like,
yeah.
I think Heroes is in this awkward position where people don't know whether it should be better or worse. I think it's fine. Because +1 attack mastery, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Its stat distribution, if I remember correctly, is just what? It's 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 speed, 8, 10 HP, I think?
It's all stats up, I think.
No, but base game.
Oh, base game. I think that's what it is. It's +1 everything except the what's
Magic,
it called?
I think.
Magic, yeah, and base game. In balance patch, it's all stats up.
It's probably the best combo for it, but that doesn't mean that we should be saying screw you, Alchemist, anyway. You should do a story mode with only steal or charge as your ability. Yeah, I could. I mean,
That'd be fun to try.
one attack, one defense, one magic, one speed. Okay, no HP, just magic. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
No HP. Kind of sad, to be honest.
It's okay.
I mean, you had to technically do acrobat, so you're getting HP from acrobat.
I mean,
guess.
on the bright side with Nomen is that you have to consider pump stats into every time a someone goes to class.
Yeah, 2 pump stats.
Steal equipment? No.
No.
Steal can steal item drops. So, if it drops a weapon or a shield, it can. But it won't do it if it doesn't drop it. For monsters, yes, is what I'm describing. Steal on players only takes items or field magic. I have remembered someone talking before how they could get a longsword from stealing from I want to say it was a lizard man. But I don't think that's true at all. Keyword don't think. I definitely know that it steals from the item drop pool. So it is possible to use steal to take a revival from like a phoenix or like a dragon or something. But also, then again, if I remember correctly, unlike other Dokapon games, using steal is what the drop would already have. So if the monster wasn't going to drop anything when you were killing it, it's not going to drop anything when you use steal.
Yeah. Yep, that's how it works.
So when you're using steal and kingdom, you could actually just be wasting a turn because you wouldn't get the drop anyway.
Yeah, sadly. Kind of sucks with how it works.
Yeah, steal is pretty bad, unfortunately. Charge is actually much better, in my opinion. Death block or revive, it depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation. Like, for example, if you want stats, like, say you're doing, like, Soulfire Afterburn, Death block's better. Because you want your stats.
Because you will indeed lose your magic medicine buffs and your Soulfire buffs if you use a revival. Because you're set back to 0.
You revive, but you're set back to neutral stats. Like, you don't get your buffs like Death block does when blocked.
Chest rates for stuff. Not actually that hard. Item drop pools are basically on a roulette. So, we have it on the wiki a bit. So, say for example, the item space in, I don't know, item space in Africa, right? It has a list of 50 items it drops. And of the 50, 8, 10, or 12 are put on a roulette. And it basically picks on an RNG. So sometimes you will indeed have all of the, say for example, revivals on the roulette.
Yeah.
Oh yes, charge does stack. So if you wanted to increase the odds of certain things dropping, then you could take some items out and put others in more to increase the odds.
Yeah.
The world does this with things like, for example, the magic keys in Atlantis, like we were looking earlier, Noman.
Yeah, I was testing earlier, and it seems like magic keys seem to be like a more influxed item in that item pool for that area. It seemed like a bias where they wanted you to get it, probably because there's lockboxes there, so that makes sense.
The same thing is equally true with some, for example, like Kingdom with the Sunken Shrine, with all of the
lost technology,
and the Castle of Clouds with the Hero's License.
I feel like Chapter 7 has a bias towards charm potions.
It does.
Yeah. I literally got 2 charm potions. No, I actually think I got 3 in a row in that continent on item spaces, charm potions. And Eerie thought literally the game wasn't seeded. He thought it was timing based, and he thought I was cheating, basically. Not really cheating, but you know what I mean. He couldn't believe it that I got 3 charm potions in a row on it. He was just stunned. He was like, "Wow, really? How?" It was really funny and silly. Just kept getting charm potions fed to me by the game. Who would win in a fight, Camacho or the killer robot? It depends, cause what's it called? Because balance patch one's not as bad. Was it Camacho? Killer robot, no doubt. What if you took 1 to 2 hero license, lost technology, and lowered out the mastery bonus a bit? I think the issue is not getting the item. It's more so like the classes you have to do. Like I think getting the item's not the hard part. It's more so getting the classes done to have the minimum requirements to go the class. I think that's the actual like issue in itself, in my opinion. So yeah, but personally, my suggestion is just make it to where you just do 2 out of 3 for hero. So in this case, spell or ninja, like Hero suggested before.
I think the thing with killing Robo Assassin is that Robo Assassin requires you to have some strategy where you can either 2 to 3 shot him. That's actually not true in my opinion. I think there's actually plenty of classes that can handle Robo Assassin. Robo Knight itself has Copy, which is already a great tool to deal with Robo Assassin. There's also Harden. You know, Robo Knight in general is a great counter to a lot of strong enemies. You have Alchemist and Ninja, who both have Sneak Hit and Debug. Both are very effective tools. And Are we not gonna forget the part where Magician and Alchemist can use Meditate to get 999 magic? And Acrobat's also a good tool.
Acrobat can stall them. You know how I've seen a Robo Assassin die here?
How did they die?
Metal Guard proc and killed it. It was funny. He just saw a fucking laser shoot out to kill it. It's funny. He's like, he just dies.
I did that to Rico Senior for the Chapter 7 castle, and I remember someone was so upset.
Yeah, I remember.
No, the reason why Ninja was Sneak Hit is that Sneak Hit just guaranteed half their HP pool, so you can do half and then half, so that you can just kill them with an attack on your 3rd or 4th hit.
Or you just get the insta-kill, which is also funny as well.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Noman, you can't use Sneak Hit if it insta-kills.
In Kingdom?
Against certain monsters, yes.
It's different in the world, because I'm pretty sure in the world you can use it on anything. Yeah. And it could always proc.
That's why the world needs some patches, if it could.
You know, it's almost like I can't do that or something, because the game's coding sucks, and I can't do anything about it. I would love to do it, but I can't, sadly. I haven't seen Sneak Hit one shot ever. That's fair. But yeah, the halving is still a very nice tool, though, for it. To where you get guaranteed half damage regardless of what option they pick. That's really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. It can't one-shot, but, like...
Having is still good, though. That's a lot of damage.
I want to preface this that no real class can one-shot Robo Assassin anyway, so there's no point in bringing it up.
Because Debug technically isn't a one-shot either. It just brings them down to 1 HP.
Like, that's like saying, yeah, you know, if you can't one-shot Camacho, then you're weak. Like, Camacho is based off everyone's stat average. No one can.
Camacho is just built different, honestly. Camacho is just too good.
Which is why I think when it comes to Robo Assassin, the best answer you can really give if you don't want to lose utility is not to land on an empty space. That's just how it is.
Just go farm the item spaces for a week or something.
You lose classic speed, but like you'll not die and lose utility, and
you won't die and lose your whole next game plan, basically. Imagine also like getting caught with Robo Assassin and you lose like all your like defensive items like Deathblock or Revival. It like hurts to see it. Honestly, it sucks. Like you stack.
Old Soulfire Jaren used to get you like 999 attack in like 2 turns. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It is indeed very funny. Until you get things like steel and you cry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Acrobat's ability can be funny. I agree. Or it could be horrible, but that's the fun in it, right? You gotta try it and see what
That's the
happens.
fun.
That must be the fun in it, so yeah.
Um, what a max stat battle would look like? Not as crazy as you think it would be.
It's awesome. I'm sad because I got rid of it and haven't gotten it since in the same campaign. RIP. That's unfortunate.
Like, Harden is so good as an answer to Robo Assassin.
It is.
You don't take damage 85% of the time. And you can just use that to buff up, or you can use that to do some chip damage. And that gives you time to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have that set with reveals, you could keep that going for like 10 turns. That's definitely enough to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
If you want to see max stat battles, just go play the world.
Oh my god.
Except no one will let you because their 17 different abilities will all kill you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The Swordmaster that gets strike without counter. That's crazy.
A Necromancer that gives you 50 different statuses and you can't play the game. Or Archmage that just kills you because they're rude.
Or Dancer that makes you feel that puts you in charm so you can't even fight back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of power creep, not just power creep, but like
it's not just power creep. There's so much like defensive utility every like class has that makes you go, I don't want to fight them.
Exorcist, Necromancer, Archmage because the seal of the O button, Dancer. What am I forgetting? Technically Alien because it could be one of those abilities.
Dokapon player in what game? What game is a really important question because in Kingdom, well, no, and I think we have an answer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Noman's ability to play Dokapon Kingdom is hampered by his ability to enjoy Dokapon Kingdom.
Yeah, you don't say that.
In the last game, the current game we're playing right now, Noman is very much so 10 levels behind everyone else and is not having a fun time.
No, it's awful. And getting piece of shit Dr. Exiles every chapter. Like, why? Like, I did not deserve this. It's like, hey, you want to go do Acrobat? No. Do you want to go do Acrobat? No. Yeah, no. Fuck you. You can't do Acrobat.
Dokapon Man, we haven't even played it. We haven't really even played a Dokapon Kingdom game yet, and I'm already getting
I'm dead.
Unbelievable.
I'm dead. Dokapon depression. I'm dead. That's hilarious.
I'm the nicest person you'll ever meet. I don't get this.
You're getting labeled as Dokapon depression.
How do you play well behind in Kingdom? Darkling, pretty much.
Darkling is your comeback mechanic.
Darkling is the best answer, but the second best answer is negotiation because, you know, people should understand that Dokapon is a party game, which is therefore also a social game.
It is a social game, yes.
In some respects, you do have to talk with people, and if you're in third place, the shittiest position, you should talk with people like, hey, you know, with the way this game's going, first might win, or, you know, maybe we gotta do something to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
If your skill's hero, they're just too good.
Dokapon depression. That's a new one today, ladies and gentlemen.
Dokapon depression? I feel like it's fitting.
It is fitting. I think it's great.
Dokapression.
I was just not expecting that. Like, that had me laughing. I was not expecting someone here to come on and say Dokapon depression. That's just really funny.
Well, when you talk about sweaty metagaming, that's the first thing that should come to mind, right?
Mm-hmm. Dokapon depression, yeah.
Dokapression.
Mm-hmm.
Standing at the confession, causing our oppression.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just like about the Dokapon game where I'm ninja and I actually had enough speed with Rabbit Shield to just basically like, alright everybody, time's up.
It's not even
Lockdown
that.
time.
It's not even that you had the Wabbit shield. It's that you stole it with fucking
Risque.
with Risque. That was such horseshit. Actually, what the hell? Actually bullying. Actually bullying. Couldn't believe that. That was very rude and disrespectful.
How was it rude and disrespectful? That wasn't. I wasn't even expecting that.
It was rude.
It was funny.
It was rude,
worked.
disrespectful, insubordinate, and churlish. Quite honestly. Honestly, you know what you could have done? Not stole equipment. You know, you could have been like, I shouldn't do this, but you did it anyways. And guess what? You actually took the Wabbit field.
I think it was fine.
I love how you were worried about that one player with Wabbit Shield, and then you got it. It was like, oh, I have nothing to worry about anymore because you got it. It's like, well, my one worry is removed from this whole game state. Thanks, Risque.
Risque's a cool dude.
Yeah, he also slowed you down in the game we played. He stole the magic key and bricked you from getting the castle. That was also silly.
And you know, that started a chain of events that would leave Noman in poverty for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, I was probably going to go in poverty in that game anyways, but yeah.
No, that's why stealing's wrong. You don't steal from people, Noman.
Yeah, but you stole the Wabbit Shield and you're not getting the same treatment. So I don't see the thing here. The solution.
If you think about it, Hip really stole that Wabbit Shield from the Wabbit, and I was just going to go return it.
No, you didn't. You still have it. You didn't sell it.
I was borrowing it. I was going to return it to him.
Oh my god, you're borrowing it. Okay. Oh my god, borrowing a Wabbit Shield. I have never heard such audacity of words spoken before. Oh my god.
Look, it is the right thing to do. Well, on that note, Noman, we have less than 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for final questions. Like, if you have any last questions, feel free to ask before I sign off, kind of thing now, since the last, 3 minutes. So I'll just wait to see if you have any questions.
Tense action. You stare at a screen. Hottest Dokapon Kingdom character. Number 1. Any answer sends you to jail.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable answering that, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I could answer that comfortably and feel good about myself, so I don't think...
Actually, no, there's one acceptable answer, in my opinion.
What?
Carly, but...
Carly's not a bad answer. Yeah, I'm still not gonna answer the question, regardless, but
every other answer makes me want to question you as a person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that.
Actually, you want to know who is hot? Hans is hot.
Yeah, Hans is pretty
Hans
cool.
is a good-looking dude.
Honestly, no. I have a good answer. Great answer, actually. Dokapon the World Guts is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Dokapon the World Guts is great.
They said Kingdom.
Oh, Kingdom? Yeah, shit. Never mind. Okay, now I don't have any answers. You're right.
Rico Sr., before he transforms, pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that good design.
I don't have a good answer, to be honest, without feeling uncomfortable answering it. So yeah, I'm not gonna answer it.
Carly is the answer. Thank you. I knew I was the only one.
Carly is not a bad answer, though, but yeah.
15, I would shoot a little lower than that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I think Roach is actually just 9.
Oh god, I don't want to think of that. Jesus.
Carly is probably the only adult-looking-ish character? Ish?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm uncomfortable to answer that question because I don't know if there's an official manual that states ages, because I don't think there is. Let me think. But yeah, pretty much my answer from immediately was probably Carly. She's great at styling hair. I don't know, man. Dokapon the World, South America Mayor.
I mean, that's not a bad answer for World. They're talking about Kingdom, that's the problem.
Female Darkling? I like the clothes, but
meh. Honestly,
I don't know.
meh. Honestly, like, yeah, World Guts is pretty cool, also.
Hey,
But
that's a
yeah,
based answer if you say wise old grandma. I mean, I'm definitely it definitely makes me uncomfortable to think that that's what you're into. But hey, you go, man. Holy shit, we just actually hit 2 hours somehow.
well,
All right, Noman.
all right. Well, it was nice having y'all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you look forward to future episodes. If you want to join the Discord to talk about things, feel free to do so. We play other games on here besides Dokapon. We just chill, have a good time. So yeah, if you
Oh
want to
my
do that,
god.
feel free to do that.
Damn, that is aggressive. Well, have a good one, everyone. And this
All
was
right.
episode 4.